Well, hi everyone, it's Casey Truffo back from BeAWealthyTherapist.net, and in this video I want to talk to you about how to deal with that fear of public speaking. It is one of the biggest fears that we have, and I always remember that joke from Jerry Seinfeld where he said that at a funeral more people would prefer to be in the casket than giving the eulogy. That's how afraid we are. So hopefully in this video you'll get some tips. I used to be terrified of public speaking, and I did a lot of things to overcome that. And the first is to expect and accept that we're going to be nervous. The day that I go up on stage and I'm not feeling the butterflies in my stomach, feeling anxious, feeling a little shaky, then I know that's the day to quit, because then it doesn't mean anything to me anymore. I want it to mean something to you going up there, and that's what I look at the nervousness as, is I want to make a difference, and I'm hoping I'm going to be able to do it today. So expect and accept that you're going to be nervous, and then do something physical to help your body eliminate some of those nerves. So that's why you'll see me when I go out, I might do a little dance, or you'll see me do something big with my arms. It's all about getting that nervousness out of my body. And I'm not standing there going, I'm so nervous to be here. Your audience doesn't want to know that you're nervous. They just want you to feel like you're there to be with them. Which brings me to my second point. When you're doing a community presentation, don't try to be the expert and give them lots and lots of content. They want to feel connected with you. So be what I call the approachable expert. Make sure you have short bites, little nuggets for them. And then third, you want to focus on them. When I go speak, whether it's in front of 1,000 people or whether it's in front of 6, my goal is to connect with the audience, to help them feel that I have hope for them, to engage with them, to interact with them on some level. I've done my job if when I leave, I think they feel like I get them, all right? And I've given them a nugget of hope. That's where I feel like I've done my job. You don't need lots of technology. So for those of you that are thinking you might want to use PowerPoint, you do not have to at all. Yes, there's some cases, especially if you're doing more than a 90-minute presentation, where you might want to have some multimedia entertainment in there, if you will. But if you're going to have PowerPoint, don't talk to it. So like if I had a PowerPoint behind me, I wouldn't go. Okay, so the first point is, so don't talk to any technology that you have. But again, you don't have to have any technology, and it's rare that I use technology. I'm starting to again, but for a long, long time I didn't, because my goal, again, was to interact, to engage with the audience. And even if I had 1,000 people there and I couldn't really get personal interaction coming forth, I would make sure that I gave one-on-one eye contact to as many people as possible. Not trying to do all 1,000, of course, but just looking at them, connecting with them, helping them feel that I really get them. There's another point here that, do you memorize your talks? Well, if you're going to be doing a keynote where you're being paid $5, $10, $15, $20,000 for a keynote, then yes, it's probably a good idea to really memorize it and rehearse it and really feel comfortable delivering it. But if you're doing a community presentation to try to get clients into your office, then what I would strongly recommend is that you memorize the points. So I'll have an opening and a closing, and then say 3 main points. And then I will organically work with that as I go through the audience, meaning I'll say the point, I'll ask if they have any ideas, I will interact with them. So I have memorized the order, and I might have memorized my opening couple of sentences just in case I get nervous and forget. And I always use the same close, which I'll share with you in a moment. But the rest of it I don't memorize. Now, a minute ago I talked about eye contact. Because as we're going through our points in the talk, there will come a time when you forget, and it usually happens around transitions. So if I'm finishing one point and I'm feeling pretty good about that point, and then I'm trying to see my eyes are starting to look over here, I'm trying to remember my next point, that's a transition. That's a lot of times where we forget where we're going. So you could have notes, you could look down your notes. One of the things that I have found the most powerful then is to continue to give eye contact to somebody if I've forgotten my place. So I'll just look at them and maybe do a slight nod and pause. They think I'm pausing for dramatic effect. They're actually liking that because they can sort of catch up with what I've been saying. But the thing is that I know if I just do that long enough, my point will come back. So it's just another sneaky little trick. Another point that was helpful to me was this advice that I got, which was allow yourself to fail. So quite honestly, this is a little personal, but before every talk that I go out, I say a little prayer. And I say something like this: God, let me be in service to the people that I'm getting ready to speak in front of. And if I fall flat on my face, let it be in service to you. And it's just something that allows me to lighten up, to feel good. And then when I go out, I'm talking to the people that are smiling. I'm talking to the nodding. See, the audience mostly wants you to succeed, right? So feel free to connect with them with eye contact where you can. You will begin to relax and they will feel connected and then want to come into your practice, which is another video. The other thing is allow yourself practice, meaning not practicing in front of a mirror. I'm talking about getting in front of people, because it's just like exposure therapy. If you're afraid of flying, you can sit in all the rooms in the world and, you know, be in a simulator kind of thing, but the real test is getting out there and doing it. The more you get in front of people, the less fear you're going to have. All right, so I hope these are some tips that'll help you get past the fear of speaking, because the bottom line is there's an entire community full of people out there waiting for your message. I want them to hear it, and I want them to come into your practice so that you can do your work of healing. And I'm going to share my close with you. This is what I say when I'm doing a talk in front of people. I end all my talks the same way. I think every one of you is a precious and special, wonderful and unique, unrepeatable miracle. Live your life with that knowledge and get support when you forget. And I love you very much. All right. Happy speaking. Love you.